Ooh. Okay, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the time and I'm like, oh, gotta get going. I gotta get my son. Today it is February 4th, 2019. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. If your team won, congratulations. If your team lost, well, there's always next year. That's what I told my husband and my daughter, who are the sports fanatics here, that our team, have next year. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I haven't even said hello to you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to talk about weight. We're going to talk about January and what happened in January. I'm going to show you some books, and I want to share an app that I'm using. Okay, so let's talk about what happened in January. Now, I'm going to try to make this brief because I'm so excited, and when I'm excited about what's happening, I get I just want to blah, 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 blah. So, okay. Going into January, I was having some inflammation due to the fact of the holiday eating, the tamales and all that. I had inflammation. It wasn't as bad, but I think what was helping in that case was that even though I was eating the carbs, all those tamales and everything, I was doing intermittent fasting. So I think that helped. I also think that the supplements I'm taking, the vitamins, the minerals, the electrolytes, all of that helped to keep inflammation down, but it was a little higher. One of the things that I noticed was that I was becoming tired again. I was becoming very much almost lethargic-y, just not having energy. And if you guys remember seeing some of my update videos on my health journey, you guys hear me saying I have so much energy, that I felt so amazing, that things, I was able to do things, and I was doing this and that. I was back to being that wall person, where I just had no energy. Yet I didn't have inflammation, not really. I was back on keto, I was back on intermittent fasting, but I just could not muster enough energy. Now, I did have insomnia, and I do have insomnia, but even when I made the videos for you guys before, when I was telling you guys that I had all this energy, I was having insomnia. I mean, I would go to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock sometimes. And there, it wasn't like I felt sleepy, that kind of thing. It wasn't like my eyelids were heavy and I just didn't have energy because I was so tired from not sleeping. No. This was, I can't explain it, but it's just very, very different, almost depressing. Like I started feeling depressing, and I started questioning my journey, guys. I started questioning my journey. That's what happened in January, because of the fact that I just did not have energy. Everything else seemed to be okay. Hot flashes were very much non-existent almost. Night sweats, non-existent almost. Some occasional. All that perimenal stuff was subsiding, and I am menopausal. I mean, come on, I'm be a year in March that I've had a cycle, so I'm menopausal. But everything was subsiding in that area, so I questioned. I remember telling my husband, "Oh my God, am I a depressed person? Am I? Maybe I am. I feel like this is the right path for me. I feel like I do have adrenal fatigue, and reading what I read, I definitely fall into adrenal fatigue. I did a video on my childhood, which I was diagnosed with PTSD, and I questioned because I couldn't get out of bed. So one night, I take my blood pressure pills at night, okay? And I was ready to take my pill when it hit me. When it hit me like, oh, sorry guys. It hit me. And I will be back because I do have to go get my son, and we will continue this. I just got to run down here, get him, and I'll be right back. Oh, it is pouring. I'm going to keep my sweater on, guys, because I am cold. I really am. Okay, so now what was I saying? Yes, my blood pressure medication. Okay, sorry. Sorry guys, I'll get it together. But yeah, my blood pressure medication, I didn't have any energy, and I was taking my blood pressure one night, and I saw the pill, and I thought to myself, could this be it? Could this be too much for me now? Now, I'm not sure how far I got, guys, but you know I need to go to the doctors, and I agree with you 110%. I know that, you know, I shouldn't be messing with my medication. I've been taking the same medication for 10 years, or no, let's see, 38, 10, 12 years now. But I agree. If you guys are ready to scold me and say, you need to check with your doctor, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't know, you take this enough, you really start to get to know your body. What I did was I cut my pill in half that night. I cut my pill in half, and I do have a pill cutter, okay? So it was in half. And then, you know, went to bed, and then the next day I wake up and I had energy. I did. I had energy. And so I've been doing this now for 5 days, approximately 4 to 5 days. And I should have wrote it down when I started, so this way when I go to my doctor, I can present all of this stuff. But it's been about, let's see. Yeah, no, it's been about 7 days. Because it was last weekend that I was really, really, really bad. And that's when, yeah, so it's been about 7 days that I've taken half. And I am fine. I feel good. I feel amazing. Now, I'm not sure everything I've told you, so I'm just going to reiterate these things. I don't have a blood pressure cuff because it broke when I moved here, so I know that I need to go get one, and that's what I'm going to be doing this week, is definitely getting me a blood pressure cuff. The other thing that I noticed is, or the possibility as to why the blood pressure medication is probably too much now, is because, and I'm learning this stuff, and I'm going to share with you a book in which this was mentioned, but I'm learning that there's 3 stages of adrenal fatigue, and according to this doctor, and on the first stage you typically get put on blood pressure medication. I remember my doctor tried a water pill first. I remember her putting me on hydrochlorothiazide, which did nothing for me. So she actually put me on this particular medication that I'm still taking to this day. By the time you get to stage 3, you tend to automatically run on you tend to have low blood pressure by this point. So the medication now that you're taking is actually bringing your blood pressure lower, which makes a lot of sense if you look at me as an example. Now, again, I'm just learning. I still got to go to my doctor. I understand. I'm just learning, but I am putting things together because that's how I work. That's how I am. So me not having energy in January, coming off of this, all this energy, it just made sense to me that it had to be my blood pressure medication. And for a week now, I've been taking half my dose, and I've had energy. The other thing too, I think that my insomnia comes from being perimenopausal. At this stage, I'm pretty much menopausal. So I'm just going to say menopausal. But a lot of the symptoms that you get when you enter into perimenal and menopause is insomnia. Well, that's symptom as well. That's a symptom of something not going right. And I think that the healthier my body is getting, my insomnia is getting a little bit better. I mean, I'm not up till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it does take me a bit to get to bed, but I'm actually starting to feel normal when it comes to that sense too. So there's a lot of things that are healing. I believe, I really do, with intermittent fasting, with keto, with the supplements, with the potassium. Let's talk about the potassium. My potassium levels that I take now, as opposed to what I took a year ago, is absolutely amazingly different. I am probably eating enough potassium or taking in enough potassium to fulfill my daily requirement. I really, really am, because a lot of the supplements that I do take have tremendous amount of potassium. If I'm having the proper amount of potassium, it's going to control my sodium level. It really, really is. And what's going to happen? It's going to keep my blood pressure normal. And so with taking the full dose of my medication, that affected the blood pressure as well. And so, yeah, half a pill for me, I'm feeling amazing. And I'm going to get a blood pressure cuff this week and really make sure that my numbers are good. Hopefully, you know, like I said, it's been a week, and I've had my energy level is back up to par, and I feel really, really good. I feel really, really good. So January, I questioned my journey. I did, but now I realize more and more that this is where I'm headed in the right direction. And I also realize more and more that your body speaks to you. It really does. Okay, the books that I'm reading that have helped me on this journey so far, and I do have more books coming in. I think I have about 3 more books coming in. Okay, but so far, what did I read? Excuse me. I've read this book from Eric Berg, DC, The New Body Type. It's a Get Healthy, Lose Weight, and Feel Great. Very good read if you are doing keto and also you want to learn about your body and the different body types tell us something. I fell into, according to this book, I fell into adrenal person, meaning that my adrenals are in trouble, and I also fell into ovarian, which my ovaries are no longer going to be working for me, but I think that I've always been an ovarian body type because it makes a lot of sense. But you could be a liver type, a thyroid type, and it's so easy read. It's such an easy read, and he recommends keto. He does have a diet. It will be keto. It will be intermittent fasting, and how he recommends intermittent fasting. Introduce intermittent fasting is basically cut the snacks. Basically, if you're hungry upon waking, have your breakfast, then your lunch, and then your dinner, and that is it. That's how he sort of wants you to start, and then eventually you will go into 2 times eating during the day, and you'll have a window in which you will eat. He does have a YouTube channel, guys, so if you want to check him out, do so. I encourage you. I mean, I love it. I just love his videos are very, very short and to the point, and I've learned a lot from them. And like I said, I'm feeling so much better. He does have supplements. He does have shakes. He does have products that he does sell on his website. I recommend it. We're going to revisit this book because there's a lot of notes that I've taken that I want to share with you. Okay, so we'll revisit that book. The other book that I have here is Misdiagnosed, the Adrenal Fatigue Link. This is from Steve M. Zotkoy. I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong, but there it is. This is really, really good. It teaches you how your adrenals work, what they do, what hormones they produce, when they produce, and when the stages of adrenal fatigue are. And he's the one that explained to me, and I will share with you the passage where it talks about blood pressure. But he shares with you that really everything is a symptom. But this particular book, it says at the front of the book, it says, a book for anyone with anxiety, burnout, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, OCD, headaches, stress, ADD, ADHD, fatigue, depression, insomnia, PTSD, migraines, and weight gain. And then also in the book, which is not mentioned here, he does talk about perimenopause, and he talks about the symptoms. And they are symptoms of something not going right. It's very, very interesting, and I learned so much from this book, and I highly recommend it because it's not complicated at all. He does say, okay, I'm going to throw in some complicated words, but at the end, I will explain what I am saying, and it's so simple to understand. So I really recommend this book. This particular doctor also has supplements that, he has come up with. And he does have a diet plan. I particularly won't be following his diet plan because of the fact that where our blood, our pH level in our blood is alkaline. It's not called alkaline. I keep pronouncing it, but it's alkaline? No. I keep saying alkaline, but it's not pronounced that way. I don't think it is. Anyways, but he believes in a vegetarian diet, but he also recognizes that people will not some people will not go and eat vegetarian, that we will have animal products and things like that, like meat and things like that. And so he's tweaked his plan so that there is more alkaline, you know what I mean, in our blood. So and he has you eating 6 times a day, and that's not what I want to do. I'm learning how intermittent fasting helps with insulin resistance, and so that's why I won't follow his diet. But other than that, like showing you how the adrenals work and why they're fatigued and all of this stuff is really good. It's an easy read, and it's not that big, so that's really good, and we'll revisit that book as well. I bought this book from Cheryl Lee Cheryl Lee, our heart medical doctor. This is the insulin resistance diet. And again, I am insulin resistant. I know I am, but I also feel like my insulin resistance is getting better, and I'll share that in another video. But anyways, the reason why I won't read this book, guys, well, I won't say that I won't read it. I will read it. I will read it because I'm sure there's some knowledge in here that I can learn. So I will read it. The only thing is it's the recipes I won't use because she does use pineapple. She does use sugar-free raspberry gelatin. She uses, cranberries are good. Artificial sweeteners. I don't do artificial sweeteners. Peaches and pears. She does margarine. I don't do margarine. So there's a lot of things in here in terms of her canola oil. I don't use, most of the canola oils out there is GMO. So the ingredients wise, they just don't go in line with how I eat or want to eat and am eating. But I definitely want to learn about what she has to say about insulin resistance. So I'll read that part. I just won't do the recipes in this particular book. All right, now the other book, I'm really excited, and I've already started reading it last night. But you know what, guys? I couldn't read too much because I was sleepy. So my insomnia is getting better. So anyways, this one here is from Ken D. Berry, medical doctor, and it's called Lies My Doctor Told Me, Medical Myths That Can Harm Your Health. And I just started. Very interesting so far, and it has me like already really intrigued. This particular doctor I found on YouTube, and his videos are short and to the point. He used to recommend to his patients, I think he's been practicing 20 years. I know he practiced in the emergency room. He's also practiced in labor and delivery. And then he has his own practice. And he used to do the whole calories in, calories out method. He used to definitely do the standard American diet, where whole wheat was good and things like that. But he's now since been on promoting keto. He's been promoting intermittent fasting to his patients. If you want to learn more about keto and things like that, I also recommend this particular doctor as well as Dr. Berg. I'll read some titles of the chapters. This one says, "There is more to women than estrogen." And then there's a quote from Voltaire. I'm not sure who he is. "Doctors are men who prescribe medicines of which they know little, to cure diseases of which they know less, in human beings of which they know nothing." And that is a quote from Voltaire, I believe. The other chapter is "Nuts and seeds don't cause this problem." I don't know what that problem is. The other one is "Turn that pyramid upside down" is another chapter. And then there's a quote from Mark Twain where it says, "Often the less there is to justify a traditional custom, the harder it is to get rid of it." Wheat is not all it is cracked up to be. Let's see. "Is your cholesterol really your enemy?" is another chapter. And then "Your bones deserve better." So anyways, there's that. I will give you my thoughts and everything, and we'll be revisiting this particular book. Now, with that particular doctor, he recommended this book. Now, this is a cookbook. It's called The Easy 5 Ingredients, The Ketogenic Diet. I just got this probably today's Monday? Last Thursday or so I got it. And I haven't had an opportunity to really get in there and get some recipes from this, but we will be doing recipes, and I will be showing you me cooking some of these recipes. The reason why he recommended this particular book is because it is 5 ingredients. And Dr. Ken's theory is that you shouldn't have to go to a health food store to get ingredients, not always, that you should be able to go to any local grocery store and live a ketogenic diet and get ingredients from in there. So this particular book does that. There's a lot of times where you have recipes where you do need to go to a specialty store, and I find myself at a health food store, which is fine. It's fine. But it is nice to have something like this to where, more mainstream, you know, and be able to do recipes. But anyway, that's why I got it, but I haven't done any of the recipes on here, so we will do those together. So those are the books that I've been reading. The other thing in January I wanted to tell you guys is that I wanted to do a vlog. Last Wednesday, I believe, we went out of town. We went and got a car. And the reason why I wanted to vlog was because I wanted to show you what I was going to eat and how intermittent fasting was playing a role in my life and how I was going to do, you know, being away. Usually I'm home. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I am home, you know, in the comfort of my home, eat when I'm hungry and that kind of thing. But this particular day we were going to be away for, it was about an hour drive that we were away from home. And so I wanted to take you guys along with me, but unfortunately I never did finish the vlog. Hello guys. Today is a vlog day. And what's today? January 30th, 2019. My daughter, my hubby, and myself, we are headed what we call down the hill. And we are going to see about a new car. I'm excited. I know I should be, but I'm actually a little stressed. Yeah. So I decided to vlog and see how I do and how it goes. What do you think, honey?
I think you'll be fine.
He says I'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to get a new car. Or we're looking at two possibilities. A Subaru and a Mazda. We'll see. And we'll see. Also, we have to meet up with my mom. She's not here. She's actually at my sister-in-law's house with my brother and my sister-in-law and family. She's actually helping out my brother. He needs some help right now. So she's been down there now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Has it, or a week?
It'll be 2 weeks on Friday.
2 weeks Friday. That's right. And she doesn't have any more of her pills. So I need to go down there and get her those pills. Anyways, guys, I'll be back. We are just leaving where I live. We're just pulling out. And it's going to be a long day. I have eaten. I had some bacon and eggs. And I had my first round of supplements. So we'll see how it goes. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just ate, so I just broke my fast. Okay, guys, here we go. Guys, we're here. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm a little anxious. What do you think?
See what they got to offer.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully everything works out okay. I'm going to try and vlog in there as much as I can, but I'm going to do it off my phone because this thing, you know. We'll see, you guys. What are you doing, honey?
Matt. That's what.
Oh, we're going to look for Matt. Okay, guys. Oh. Okay, I'll be back. So there you go. Yeah, I didn't finish the vlog, but let me just tell you how that day ended up. Yeah, we did get the car, and I got a Subaru, but I went. I had eaten around 1 o'clock, like I had mentioned in that vlog. I ate around 1 o'clock. I had all of my supplements, and then I had bacon and eggs, and you know, I put a lot of avocado and things like that, healthy fats. And we were there with this gentleman. It was dark. Gosh, we didn't end up leaving until about, I want to say 7:30 that evening, because there was some, well, you know, the whole back and forth with the car, and then the paperwork, and then all of this stuff. And I had taken my other round of supplements with me. So one of the pills or one of the vitamins I should take with food, but I didn't care. I went ahead and had it. And then I had some water, and I was able to hold up with eating only what I ate at 1 o'clock, breaking my fast at 1 o'clock, I was going all the way through and I was feeling good. We didn't eat till about 8 o'clock, 8:30. We went to Five Guys. Was it called Five Guys? The hamburger place where they have all the peanuts. And that was the first time I've ever been there. First time. So I told my husband, by that time, guys, I was hungry. My stomach was telling me, eat. I said, okay, I want a protein burger. And that is it. Maybe double patty and some cheese. I don't typically get a cheeseburger like when I used to eat them. But I said, give me the cheese. I need the fat. So he ordered that for me. And then for him and my daughter, they had some French fries. Well, we've never been there. And they ordered fries for themselves. And when they came to the table, they brought a big old bag. And I said, is all the food in there? They're like, no, this is 2 orders of fries. It was a big old bag. And we're like, oh my gosh. So I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist them. However, let me just tell you, what I did was I got one of those peanuts. You know how there's peanuts in there and they give you like this little tray to put them in or whatever. Well, I took that little tray and I just filled it up, just not all the way high, but I just filled it up. And so I kind of eyeballed a portion of it, and that's all I had in terms of carbs. And what I did that night, guys, this is the app that I used. What I did that night is I came home because I was really, really curious, and I used this app called, this one right here, Carb Manager, that one right there. And according to that, putting everything that I ate, and I actually gave a little bit more on the fries. You know, I put a little bit extra. I was 60 grams in carbs, which is not keto. It's not keto, okay? That's too much for keto, but it's still pretty darn good for me being away from home. And by the time I ate, I was hungry. Could I have done away with the fries? Yes, I could have, because honestly, eating the protein burger first, and I did take my Zivia, and I was actually pretty fine. So there was a point where I was eating the fries and it became almost like every time I would eat, it'd be more addicting, and it was sort of aimless eating. And I said, So I actually inputted more than what I actually ate, because I actually got the tray and I stopped eating. I ended up putting some back into the bag. My family didn't even finish those fries, by the way. They didn't. It was just way too much. So now we know. The other thing I want to talk about is my weight really, really quickly. Okay. And then I'll let you go, guys. I am so sorry.
Did you accidentally summon me?
No, sorry, Siri. The weight. I think that the last time you and I talked, I was actually weighing 205.6. I'm pretty sure. That was on the 19th of January. And then on the 30th of January, I weighed 205 even. So that was a 6-ounce loss. So then today, being February 4th, I weighed in at 203.8. So that is a 1.2 pound loss from the 30th. Exercise really, really quickly. Let's talk about that. I work out and then I take a rest and then I work out. I've done it 3 times. I don't do HIIT training right now because I'm learning that somebody like myself really needs to do more of getting my heart rate maybe up to about 130 max, and walking with Leslie Sanson DVDs. I find that I can get there good with like maybe 3 miles, and then giving my body a rest, not working out the next day. So that's been really working out for me. So I think that is it, guys. Let me make sure. I talked about the books. We'll revisit the books. I'm going to make the videos a lot more closer together so that I'm not here, you know, forever and a day. But that's it, guys. I'm so sorry that this is long, and I'm going to try to keep them shorter, I promise. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I hope that you guys are staying dry. It is like really cold here today. It has been raining for us in Southern California. Very unusual. This is a good year for rain for us. I guess it's going to snow tomorrow even. Possible. Okay, my friends, that is it. I will see you guys all in my next Connecting the Dots update. So I will see you soon. Bye.